Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome to another exciting installment of Twilight Princess. That's really not all that exciting, because it's just the intro stuff to the game with really not a whole lot going on. But regardless, last time we got the fishing rod and returned the general store lady's cat to her, which resulted in her giving us a bottle half full of milk. And this time, we're going to try to earn some more rupees so that we can buy that slingshot. So we're going to climb up here. This would actually be a lot smarter and safer to do if we already had the slingshot to knock down the beehive. But there's rupees up here, and what men will do for the sake of money. Now the bees are going to come after us. Bees, 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 bees. You know, the 3 rules of real estate. Location, location, and bees. You always want to make sure a house is not infested with bees before you buy it. Okay, so that didn't quite go as planned. I was thinking there would be a way to, like, knock down that beehive or get up on top of it without the slingshot, but, I may be mistaken, so shut up, my logic is flawless. So I'll just break some more pumpkins and pick up rocks. Yeah. How about that, exciting stuff? I guess this game does have kind of a slow intro. I guess that's one complaint you could make about it, but I don't really mind too much, because it gives us a little time to have some characters with a little bit of development and stuff. I mean, most of the characters from the village aren't that important, but there's a couple, you know. Like the girl who was washing the horse, Ilya. She's significant. Actually, with the way she acts toward Link, you'd think they'd be like love interests, but of course it's a Zelda game, so, got the whole Link-Zelda thing, and then this game also has a whole nother character, so, I don't know, it's more complicated. Of course, in most of the games, there really isn't that much of a relationship between Link and Zelda anyway. She's just sort of the damsel in distress. She's not really a very developed character in general, which is why Skyward Sword has the best Zelda. What are you doing buying a slingshot, you naughty thing? You're too old for toys. Will you at least let the kids play with it? Oh, I should tell you, if you haven't run out of pellets, you can also use pumpkin seeds. Yes, if we break pumpkins, we can, use their seeds to refuel our slingshot pellets. But anyway, she's judging us for buying a slingshot. Shut up. Don't judge me. Grr. I'm only going to use it to wreak havoc around the town, not a big deal. One advantage of playing this, I'm not really sure how the GameCube version of this works, because this game was released as a Wii launch title, but they also released it as GameCube. I guess that's something significant about it that I should probably talk about. Oh crap, the bees are coming after us. Bees, bees, bees! And they just sort of magically start ignoring us if we go in the water, and then they just sort of disappear. Yeah, this game, even though it was a Wii launch title, it was really originally like a GameCube game that they basically ported to the Wii. Oh yeah, it's giving us a prompt to scoop with the bottle there, because if we had an empty bottle, we could scoop up some bee larvae there for fish bait. The fish bait it's not really that important. I'd rather have a healing item in the bottle, personally. That's the main purpose of bottles throughout this game. You can also put, you know, fish bait and lantern oil in your bottles, but you don't use your lantern that much outside of a couple areas in this game. Yes, I spoiled an item. Walk out carefully onto these branches to pick up the rupees. It's kind of weird that the money in this game is called rupees, considering rupees are an actual currency in India. I have no idea why they did that. But, it is India, right? That would be really embarrassing if I said, rupees are an actual currency in India, and then it turned out they were actually somewhere else. Or they had, like, stopped using them, which is quite possible. Anyway, I should stop trying to talk about this stuff. Oh, I see you got the fishing rod. Colin will be pleased. And it works better than you would think, right? Well, have a good one. He's a cool guy. He's a boss. He's a boss, he can just omit half the letters in his name and no one cares. Ark has a slingshot! Whoa! A slingshot? Wow, you had enough money to buy it, Ark? Preparations complete. Okay, wow, this is great. Let's see how powerful that slingshot is, and I skipped through that text too fast. I can't believe you two brats are so obsessed about this. It just shows what little boys you both are. Those two will never let it go, Ark. Just show them. First, use Wii Remote to aim red cursor crosshairs thing. We don't need no fourth wall. I exploded its head. It says in the slingshot manual that you can tilt the control stick to look around while using the slingshot. I thought you weren't interested, Beth. Yes, got that survey feature there. Like a boss. Whoa, amazing, Ark! If you lock on with C, then you don't have to aim with the cursor at all. Yep. Zelda games Z-targeting systems, or L-targeting systems. Making aiming unnecessary since... What year did Ocarina of Time come out? I don't know my Zelda history well enough. I think that N64 came out in 95, or was it 96? I don't know. Gee, you really are amazing, Ark. By the way, Ark, were you expecting Colin's dad to bring something by here? 'Cause he did. Oh yeah, that's right. What was that, anyway? I command you to tell us! That was a lot more emotion than Mallow is usually supposed to have. So now that we have the slingshot, we can kill this spider that has decided he likes our ladder. Well, what can I say? I just live in an awesome treehouse. Why does Link live in a treehouse anyway? Everyone else just has a normal wooden house. Link's house is like carved into a giant tree or something. So yeah, Colin's dad brought this chest in. I don't know why he bothered to lug an entire chest around, but you got the wooden sword! It was returned to you fully repaired. It's easy to use. Just swing the Wii Remote. One complaint that I hear about this game sometimes is that the combat is too sort of mindless with all the just having to swing the Wii Remote side to side to swing the sword, which we're about to get a tutorial on sword fighting here from these kids, I believe. Ooh my, isn't that a wooden sword, Ark? Whoa, she's right. Hey, can I see it for a second? Seriously, lately these monkeys have been coming out of the woods and playing tricks on us. We want to get them good. You gonna slice the monkeys with a sword? Jeez. Okay, okay. Teach you how to use a sword. Bum, 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 bum. The slice! You just swing the Wii Remote, right? See, I hear people complaining about how sort of slashy, mindless waggle-fest the combat is. Wow, a horizontal slice, was that it? Was it? I think I've seen you do a vertical slice before, too. You know, by swinging the Wii Remote while Z-targeting. Alright, next. Okay. Ooh, I want to see that other move, Ark. Yeah, you target with C, and then just tilt this control stick forward and swing the Wii Remote. Fourth wall. Oh, please. The stab. Stabby, stab, stab. Ooh, Ark, just amazing! Wow, I'm really inconsistent with these voices. Voicing these kids are annoying. The little twirly thing you do. A spin attack. But the thing about the combat in this game is it works basically the same as the older games, you know, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, works pretty much the same as in those games, except the Wii Remote just replaces the button. The jump attack. This is very useful. That thing you do with A while Z-targeting. We don't need no fourth wall here. Okay. Whoa! But the thing is, basically swinging the Wii Remote is just taking the place of the B button in the older games. Dramatic music! Monkey, 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 monkey. Come here, you! But okay, if the Wii Remote is basically just replacing the B button... Okay, now we've got to chase after these kids here, because this could be getting bad. Hello, Coleman. What are you doing here? Everyone into the woods. I wonder if they're okay. Okay. If it's just replacing the button, then I don't see how it's any more, like, mindless and objectionable in any way. If it's just... Okay. Gather my thoughts here, evil baby. They went that way. The rest is up to you. But seriously, okay. In the other games, you swing the sword by pressing a button. In this one, you swing it by swinging the Wii Remote. Other than the occasional issue of the Wii Remote being not very responsive, I really don't see how swinging it is any worse than pressing a button. Like, it's not less mindless and uninteresting. You could say it's actually, or I mean, it's not more mindless and uninteresting. You could say it's actually less so. Because using a button, you know, you just press it with your thumb. This, you're at least, you know, moving the remote. I mean, I'm not saying it's better, but I just don't see what the complaints are about with that. Especially since they added the hidden skill system into this game. Kill this guy, just... And that nut dries up. That sounds odd. And we get some seeds to replenish the slingshot ammo. Yeah, I'm not saying swinging the Wii Remote to attack is necessarily better than pressing a button, but I don't see how it's worse, especially since with the hidden skill system, they added a lot of interesting stuff to the combat in this game. I actually think the combat in this game is really good. I also really liked the combat in the earlier games, but I think they improved it. Whoa, an Ardonian! Hey, guy! Wait. I was planning on doing it like a Jamaican accent for this guy, but I don't think I can do a Jamaican accent without offending someone. Listen, I'm not sure you should be wandering around the woods without a lantern. Just because it's daylight doesn't mean it's safe. There are a ton of caves and dark spots around here that get pretty dark even in the middle of the day. Here, go on, guy, take this. You got the lantern! It's a must for lighting dark areas! Yep. I spoiled it already. See, I sell lantern oil here. I'm trying to drum up sales by giving away free lanterns. It's a business tactic, guy. See, as long as you've got oil to fuel your lantern, you can light your way and set fire to stuff. They're the best. Go on, guys, try setting a fire under that big pot. Okay, this accent was horrid. I'm going to stop now. And I'm just going to sort of push all those items back. Yeah. Yeah, this guy gives us our lantern for free, but then we have to pay if we want to get our lantern oil refilled. The lantern, I almost feel sorry for the lantern. You'll use it in, like, this cave. You found a play wooden sword. It's Talos. That's ominous. You use it in this cave to, you know, light your way through, but it's, you know, and you use it to light torches every now and again, and, like, burn, there's, like, spider webs you can burn with it. But aside from, like, this early area, like the first dungeon in the game, you really don't use it for that much. And then for some reason you use it again in the very last area. Yeah. We need the lantern to get past these. For some reason we can't just slash those with our sword, I guess because it would, like, get tangled up in the cobwebs or whatever. That's a rat. But we can also light these torches so that those areas stay bright and we don't need our lantern. And we can burn those, but it's not really doing anything. Aha! Hit them with a jump attack, that works. That one has a blue ruby. Perfect. Get out our lantern again. Yeah, the problem is... And there's also... Yeah, you don't really use the lantern much outside this first area. Not to mention the fact that in some later dungeons, there will actually be areas where you can just scoop up free lantern oil out of a pot. You got a yellow ruby! So, there's never really any need to buy lantern oil. So that guy's business ends up being not very useful, except for one point where you can buy a spare bottle off of him, and it comes with lantern oil in it, which you really don't need. Okay, I'll stop doing the music. Because the game is already doing the music for me. So now we have sort of this large forested area, and we just got hit by a Dekubora. Die. Well, this guy came out of blue, so to speak. I don't know why that was so to speak. I guess because he's blue. I don't know. Who knows? Just don't question it. It's better that way. speaking of items that you don't use later in the game, the slingshot ends up being completely useless later on, because it's the only item in the game that gets completely and totally outclassed by other items, so you really never use that at all, after you get a better item in the second dungeon. Yeah, I don't know how many of you there are out there who haven't played this game, seeing as it was kind of one of the big Wii launch titles. If you own a Wii. If you don't own a Wii, I suppose there's that issue. But I think this game is worth buying. I don't really know how much the game costs now. I don't really keep track of these things, especially since I bought this when it came out. So we open this chest down here, we get a small key, which we'll need to open a gate on the other side of this wooded area. But once we've lit those torches, you got a piece of heart! Collect 5 pieces to form your heart container and increase your life energy. Yep, that's a standby in Zelda games. You can collect pieces of heart through mostly optional side quests throughout the game, because there's always a lot of side quests in Zelda games. And in all the other games, you only need 4 pieces of heart to add a heart container. Meaning get another whole heart on your life bar. But in this game, they added more pieces of heart in and made you require 5. But there's also a heck of a lot of dungeons in this game. So you earn as always, you earn a heart container after each boss that you defeat. So you end up earning a lot of hearts that way. A bunch of random crap blocking our path, but we just want to go down to this southeast corner. Funny thing is, if you were playing the GameCube version, the map is flipped horizontally, because for some reason, they originally made this game as a GameCube game, and Link was left-handed, which is sort of the classic thing to do. Normally, he's left-handed. Forest Temple ahead. If not, got enough land? Oh, not stopping trills. Okay. I think we have enough for now. Yeah, normally Link is left-handed, that's sort of the classic orientation, but when they made the game for the Wii, they decided they wanted to make him right-handed to, fit with the majority of the people who would be playing the game. Since it's motion controlled, you would be, holding the Wii remote in your right hand, for most people, since more people are right-handed than left-handed. I'm right-handed. But for some bizarre reason, they couldn't, just flip Link's model around and change his animations to make him right-handed, and they had to actually flip the entire game world, change the, east-west orientation. Alright, this is a shop here. This is kind of neat. This guy operates on, the honor system, because he's just a bird and he can't really do anything about it if you decide to steal. You can get Red Potion, which is a handy healing item that replenishes 8 hearts. If you buy something here, you can also refill your lantern oil. If you buy something there, you just drop the money in that box there. But you can give him less than what he asks for, or just leave without giving him anything. He can't really do anything about it, other than he'll not like you very much later on. But I'm not sure if that really does anything, so you can be a jerk and underpay him if you want. I usually just give him the listed price. Just in case he decides to, I don't know, stop selling to you if you give him less or something. I'm not really sure. But there's not really any need to spend money on the Red Potion, seeing as we, have this milk, and we only have 3 hearts, so there's no real need to upgrade to a better healing item. So, kind of ironic that this kid is stuck in the same cage as this monkey that he was chasing after. But there we go. I guess they're just really good at ducking. We can break that open, and we're back in the village. If you hadn't come, Ark, gee, me and that monkey probably would have gotten eaten, probably. She's actually a pretty nice gal, that monkey. She tried to protect me, so we got captured together. Odd. Mark, you're not gonna mention this to my dad, are you? He's always telling me to never ever go into the forest, because he says it's dangerous. So you really can't tell him. Really, you have to promise. I got dirt on him if I ever need him to do something later on. Mark! Oh, I thought it was another kid coming in, so I did the high voice. My son told me Tallow disappeared into the woods and had not returned. I came as soon as I heard. But it looks like you have brought him home already. I apologize. Such a task should not fall to you. Tell me, have you noticed how strange this wood seems lately? I feel uneasy about what may lie in wait. Anyway, Ark, tomorrow is finally the day. You will be departing for Hyrule. I think it is a good thing I have given this task to you. Good luck, and return safely. If you are lucky, you may even get to meet Princess Zelda. Ha 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 ha. You know, I think it's kind of a... Ooh, crap, I'm getting a fuzzy picture here. On the, Dazzle. There we go. I think it's kind of good that I'm now let's playing a game where there's other characters I can voice. I think that makes it more interesting and fun. Because Metroid Prime 1, you, like, never interact with any other character. And it's kind of cool that all the story is told through those scans, but, So, almost time for you to get going, huh, Ark? So how's about we finish up early today, bud? So we want to call her... Oh, actually, our horse is standing right over there, so we don't need to call her, but if we want to bring her back faster. Yeah, in Metroid Prime 1, the way they told the story in that game is kind of cool, but, it did mean that there wasn't a whole lot of interesting stuff to voice, I guess? Okay then, let's get started. Now in the future Metroid Prime games, they actually increase the amount of interaction with other characters. Make it sort of more social, I like to say. Even though, well actually they do. Godin! 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 They do add a multiplayer in Metroid Prime 2. But, yeah, so there'll be some people to voice in like 2 and 3, but, wow, apparently if you whoop at the goats too much now, they get mad and knock you off your horse. I did not realize that. That never happened to me in my practice run. But anyway, enough about the Metroid games here. Because we are playing Zelda. None of that science fiction in our fantasy game. I have to say, like, bright and happy fantasy game compared to the dark and grim science fiction, but this is like one of the darker Zeldas. And Godin! Godin! I just realized I talked and forgot to say Godin! Now actually that's another complaint that this game seems to get, is that it kind of tried too hard to be dark, because you compare it to like Majora's Mask, which is the darkest Zelda. Godin! 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 There we go. Yeah, Majora's Mask is probably the darkest Zelda, but you don't get the feeling like they had to... That was a minute 46 seconds faster than usual. Apparently I usually do exactly 3 minutes. Head on over the map. Alright. Jump these fences. Yeah, Majora's Mask, you kind of feel like it didn't have to try as hard to be dark, because you can just look up and see that moon, and, you know, everything just feels really ominous in the game, without them having to resort to, like, a dark color palette and all this stuff. Whereas in this game, this opening is very bright and nice, and a lot of the areas, honestly, I think are rather pleasant, but there are also large chunks of the game that have a lot of, you know, brown and gray color palette. You do kind of... I can see where they're coming from when people say that the game tried too hard to be dark. But I still like it, so whatever. Well, nice work. The royal gift Russell told you about is ready, so you should get ready for your trip to Hyrule Castle. Yeah, Russell. He's so badass, he doesn't need all those pesky letters in his name. Now, the royal family requested this gift specifically, so it's real special. It'd be bad if the representative of Orden were to be late for such an occasion, you get me, lad? Oh, that was really ominous. The path before you is a long one, my sweet horse, but please bear Ark safely along it. Well, aren't you a poet? Wait, what's this? What's happened? She's injured, isn't she? Ark, how could you? You were pushing Jerome too hard again. I bet you hurt her leg jumping fences, didn't you? No, Lilia, there's no need to get so hot with him. Father! How can you be so easy on him? You're the mayor! You should start acting like one. You poor thing. She's very, very nice to the horse. You'll be alright, Jerome. I'll take you to the forest spring right now. Once we soothe you in the spirit spring, you'll feel better in no time. Very, very kind to the horse, and caring, doting, one might even say, and rather cruel to the other people. Without Jerome, that gift won't get delivered in time. Oh, this won't do. So, yeah, we have to go retrieve that horse. But, we are, once again, running a bit long with this episode. So, I am going to end it off here. Next time, we are going to go see if we can get our horse, Jerome, back from Ilya. Ark, are you going to see Ilya? Maybe it's just me, but those guys don't normally let people through. Ark, you think we can go see Ilya together? Oh yeah, okay. Well, that will wait until next time on Zelda Twilight Princess. See you guys next time.